This is Too Far Enterprises. I would like to ask you, what type or what kind of America do we want to live in? You see, all of us were made in America. I'd like to tell you that, first of all, if you're not rich, you're not living your best life in America, and you know it and I know it. And we were taught to blame everybody or other groups of people for our shortcomings, lack of jobs, lack of money, housing, quality of life. First, the majority of the rich told poor whites that blacks were coming to take their jobs. They also told them that they were better than them and that they would be part of their establishment. And so they made them overseers, policemen, and other types of jobs that actually benefited the rich, but not them. They may have put them on a pedestal or made you think that your living, the quality of life was so much better. Well, when you looked, if you looked at your job in comparison to a slave, yeah. And if you looked at your privileges and everything else, but if you look down the road, and that's what all of us are missing. And this is what was taught to most of us when we were young. That the quality of life that you're living is not your best life. You don't live like the billionaires or the millionaires live. You have a mortgage, car payment, you're struggling. Did blacks do that to you? Did Asians do that to you? See, one of the things that we have neglected to see is that how they pit groups of people against each other. And we never wondered why they do that. But I'm going to tell you right now, the reason why they do that, and the reason why they did that way back when in Jamestown and all those other places, is because they knew. See, the majority and the people that run this country knew that if all the people that they have charge of come together, there's no way in the world that they would be able to continue doing what they have been doing to whites, blacks, Asians, Spanish. To me, it's all the same because we have one root. There's only the human race. But we can't see past the foolishness or trying to be better than this group of people, or believing that this group of people is trying to hurt you when they're trying to live just like you're trying to live. None of us are rich. And if you got any understanding about how this world works, you'll understand that the rich do not care about nothing but the rich, whether you white, black, pink, or yellow. You see, now we're talking about immigrants and everything else, and everybody, as far as we know in this land, everybody's an immigrant. Some been here longer than others. Some of people that are here came on their own, and some were forced to come. Some, one of the things you got to understand is that both white and black came over here on their own accord, or they came out of obligation, servitude, And we have to stop letting people play these games with us. And it's true because all you have to do is look at Africa and what they're going through and then match it with what's going on here in America. If certain people cannot get the money and resources that they want and they already got too much, then it's war. And they play these games with the population, having us hate each other when we're really one brotherhood, sisterhood, human race. And we know this is the truth. But some things are so ingrained in us, okay? We were taught to hate. Certain people were taught to hate black people. Certain other people were taught to hate white people, okay? Or Spanish people, or Asian people hating black people. You see the foolishness that we're going through? And all of us supposed to be smart people. But we're so smart, we can't see what's right in front of us, that we're getting played. Okay? Keep poor people separated. That way you can control them. Because if they ever come together, we're through. That is exactly what it is. I'm going to tell you something. The name of the game is keep us separated. But I'm going to tell you something that I found very unusual. One day, I was going to work, and I had a flat tire. And where I was on my way to work, it is not a predominantly black place as far as I could see. And I'm not bringing color or race into anything, but I'm just telling a fact. But I had a flat tire on my way to work. Oh my goodness. Now, getting up in age and picking up tires and, fixing tires on the side of the road at 6 o'clock in the morning. But let me tell you what happened. First, a fireman stopped, asked me what was going on, helped me pull over to the side in a much better position. And then he went about helping me fix or get the tire, the spare onto it. And the spare actually was low on air. And as he was doing that, a policeman stopped behind the fireman. And he asked what was happening, and then he got involved in it. And I'm paranoid because the way this world works, and I'm looking at two people that differ from me in color, but not in heart. And they help me. And I'm confused, you see, because in my mind, this doesn't play out too much in America. But it played out this day. And I can tell you that these people represent the city of Frisco. And I'd like to thank that fireman, and I'd like to thank that policeman, because I was in need. It was still dark outside. Now, we have to look at, is that the type of America that we want? Or do we want the old America, colonial America, the old slavery type America and that stinky thinking? Because I am sick and tired of it. And I'll tell you something, we have the ability and we have all the things that we need, except for one thing. We have to gain control of our mind again. Stop letting people play us. Stop letting people run our mind and condition us. We've been conditioned for so long, we don't even know how to think for ourselves anymore. What kind of America do you want? There should be no need for KKK, Black Panthers, and we should not be separated. Who taught you that? And what are you going to do about it? Now, I'm going to tell you, I've run out of time, but hate should not be on our schedule. This is a presidential election. Do what's right. Thank you.